What's up guys, welcome to a new video. Market update today, it's Sunday. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum and Gold. Like and subscribe as always guys, we really appreciate that, and let's get into the video. Let's immediately start with Bitcoin and just Ethereum and crypto in general. Gold is something else, but we'll talk about it later in the video. Saw a bit of a dump this week. They started dumping Sunday evening, as you see here. Pretty sharp dump, 4% in 8 hours time, 2 hours time, sorry. And it dumped in the entire week to the bottom like 8 to 9%. Ethereum as well, but we'll talk about it after this. Why did that happen? I don't really know. There was some news like Trump wanted to impose tariffs again or something, and I also believe, or there were reports of a big whale selling or BlackRock selling a lot of Bitcoin from the ETF. But as you may know, I'm not that guy to look at the news. I'm only focused on price action. So even though of course price probably dumped or dropped because of this news, that's not what I'm looking into. I'm just purely looking at price action. So let's look at the levels. Price dumped, and when we were here somewhere when I made the market update, I said yeah, I expect Bitcoin to to continue the local uptrend, but there was some zones of liquidity where price could pull back, and one of those was this. So this was a move you could have caught, or yeah, I think this move. It was a move because I shared it in the Discord, but I don't exactly remember what move it was, but I believe it was this one. And then yeah, they swept all this liquidity, which is good, but we didn't really we didn't really get a strong reaction. Of course, we saw it here. 3% pump, which was huge, but we couldn't really use that fuel to switch from local trend. If you look at the 4 hour, of course, no panic. We're still in this range, and we're still a bit mid-range. We still have some support levels below us, so no reason to panic. But with this breakout, of course, this breakout above these highs, we wanted to continue the uptrend and finally start gaining back to the 100k. We didn't do that, we failed, and now this week is, I may say that a lot, but decision time. And of course, a lot of the times the decision gets postponed or interrupted because of news. But yeah, we're a bit mid-range. Of course, in this range there's some levels, but yeah, minor levels. But yeah, price could do this, or price could dump. And of course, as you all may know, bull run, bear run, I don't really believe in these cycles anymore, but many people are telling, oh, this is the start of the bear run. And of course, we're what, 30% off all-time high, 30% off all-time high. So surely this could be, this push to almost 100k could be a pullback, and now we make new lows as we're in the bear run. But again, I really don't believe in that bull run and bear run, and it also doesn't really matter to trade for me, because I trade in an uptrend, I trade in a downtrend, I don't care. But that's what many people think, and yeah, we can surely grab more liquidity into the week. As always, last week as well, Sunday evening the tone gets set. We saw a dump Sunday, maybe this Sunday evening we see a pump, which would be nice of course, and then we look for this zone here. And same thing here, if then strategy with price action. If we gain this box, we can make new highs. If we tap this box and lose it, it can be resistance, we can surely make new lows, because at the moment this is the main resistance, followed by this level, and then of course we're going back to the high of this range. But if we can't gain this level, which is the most important one, then I don't see Bitcoin going near the 100,000 again in the coming days, maybe even weeks. So very important to see how the week starts. Of course, this is not just a small pump, 3%, 2%, but as you saw here, that can happen quickly in just a couple of hours. So anything can happen in crypto. Let's get to Ethereum, and basically same case for Ethereum. Of course, they were looking to tap that important resistance zone, 3,400 to 500. But of course they also started dumping. Now they also have this resistance box, and Ethereum dumped a bit more, I believe. It was like down 6% on a day, 2-3 days here. That price just dumped, which was not nice. Could of course look for continuation shorts, but I prefer to trade reversals. And here you saw a nice reversal. I believe also this zone was scalped, but Ethereum did not really show strong reaction like Bitcoin did. But if you zoom out, of course, price now swept all this liquidity, which is good if you see a reaction, but we don't really saw a reaction. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but also Ethereum, more than Bitcoin, has some support levels here in this zone, and then of course below, but don't have to pay attention to these levels yet. Basically to these levels. These are the support zones, and same thing for Ethereum in the coming days, maybe even Sunday evening already. You'll have to see what price wants to do, and price could surely ramp up in the coming days, and then look for this resistance box. Even though it's a big push, I know 10%. Ethereum is not looking that good. Well, I said for the past weeks that Ethereum was looking good, better than Bitcoin, but this dump, yeah, was not that good on Ethereum. Of course, you have some levels here, like this level to gain, but this is the main box like on Bitcoin. So a bit of the same thing for Bitcoin and Ethereum. There was some major news, Trump, this, that, which may, yeah, push price down even further. But again, we look at price action, and price action tells us that gold is just going to all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Many people maybe not long in this industry, you're not like trading a lot for a long time, you're not investing, you may think, oh, gold is just pumping nice. You don't understand how big this gold pump is. Gold is just the world's biggest asset, and people bought it to just be safe against inflation, to have some nice returns over years, a couple of percentage, maybe 10-20% over a couple of years. Gold is up since the start of 2025, so 13 months ago, 80%. For an asset like gold, that's unbelievable, and you see it, we just keep making new all-time highs. When market opens, you saw it here, price started pumping, you saw it here, price started pumping. That was the last open, I guess, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if price starts pumping again. And you could say, why don't you just long, why don't you just buy? Of course you can do that, and I'm saying right now you shouldn't. And then if price is here, everyone's saying, oh, I should just long gold. There will be a pullback soon, and I'm not saying it will be right now. I've said it for many weeks. This is not getting healthy. This was healthy, like you get a push, you get a pullback, and then you continue the trend. But this is not healthy anymore. This, of course, is a big asset, gold. Not many people are just going to panic sell gold like they do on crypto or on a stock when there's bad earnings news or something. But this is not healthy anymore. We really need to see some type of pullback, and it doesn't have to be 20% pump and everyone panics. No, but just a couple of days or maybe even a week or two, the price ranges, or yeah, picks up some liquidity, sweeps some levels, and then continues the trend. Because of course, I'm not a predictor, I'm not the biggest market specialist in the world, but this can't keep going on like that. And of course, if Trump keeps telling things, if the geopolitical situation, if there's war, gold will always go up. Silver is also going crazy, by the way. Yeah, then price will go up, price will continue rising. But again, if we see this on Bitcoin or Ethereum or on altcoins, we're also always very careful that we could see a massive pullback. Of course, gold is a different market, but still, I expect to see at least a bit of ranging or a bigger pullback in the coming days, weeks. And I can't tell you when, but when price will do that, when price will make new lows, we'll certainly be able to tell if this is just a pullback or we make a bigger correction. Because as you see, 4R, I'm just zooming out, look at what gold is doing since the start of last year, just been going up. And of course we saw a pullback here, but for now, since the end of the start of the year, we haven't seen a pullback yet, and we're almost a month in. So moral of the story, I know I'm yapping too much, but gold only up. Like if you saw open last week was here, I guess. No, I'm not waffling. Monday open was here. Oh yeah, correct. Open was here. Price pumped 8% in 1 week on gold. That's crazy. But summary, I expect a pullback soon, but gold can just continue to go up for a couple of more days, maybe even weeks, but soon there will be a pullback. So moral of the story, you shouldn't just long gold. While you probably are going to make money off it, I would be careful. Surely if you oversize or just think, oh, it's only up, just money printing machine, be careful, because gold can see a pullback soon. And again, it doesn't mean price is going to drop 20%, you can make a pullback of 5% and then start ranging or something. For now, that was it. Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto in general have a lot of things to do this week, have a nice recovery to make, and gold is only up, as I keep telling every week. For now, that was it. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope I learned you something. I hope you guys are now up to date what happened this week and what we're expecting in the coming days. Again, like and subscribe, we really appreciate that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.